What's Australian fast bowler Jeff Thomson doing on the big match today? Stay with us and you'll find out.
Hello and welcome to the Big Match Revisited. This edition is from May 1977, when the programme had some vital matches and a special guest, Australian cricketer and football fan Jeff Thomson. The programme was introduced by Brian Moore.
Welcome. Yes, it's good also to welcome football fan Jeff Thomson into the Big Match studio today, and he's with us and able to enjoy an enthralling hour of football. Our main match comes from the top of the second division as Chelsea meet Sheffield United, and you can stand by for a wonder goal and a new slant indeed on dressing room pictures. Also today, that mighty match between Liverpool and Ipswich at the top of the first division, and then at the bottom of the first division, Bristol City's visit to Leeds United. And the second showing of our Golden Goals competition, with the lance chant coming up now for you to be able to vote. But first, let's go to Stamford Bridge, where Chelsea have been among the front runners all season in that promotion fight to the first division. But has the tension now hit them? How are their nerves standing up to it all? And what's it like behind the scenes there anyway? Well, we were privileged to be given the chance to take our cameras into the Chelsea dressing room area before yesterday's game against Sheffield United. This is what we found. 39 minutes to kick off, and the Chelsea players, in fact, making their last preparations in the dressing room for this game against Sheffield United. And while they're preparing there, their goalkeeper, Peter Bonetti, going through a rather spectacular warm-up sequence. That was showing off.
I tried to come away, I was going to do it in there, but you weren't in there, so I came away.
Pete, does it feel a bit like old times now?
With all you lot following us, Brian, yes, definitely. No, it's obviously, the atmosphere's there because I've obviously been so close to promotion.
Does it affect you the way it used to all those years ago? I mean, do you feel more relaxed about it now?
You so much, I find it sort of relaxing. I think a lot of lads, although pressures might be on them, I think you'll find that they do feel a lot more relaxed than people sort of give them credit for.
Yes. It's the likes of us that put the pressure on you, I suppose.
I think so. I think you're sort of not doing the normal thing which you're doing weekly, because obviously there are more people around, the cameras are around, and this is what makes you think that it's that much more important a game.
What are you two there?
Meanwhile, Chelsea manager Eddie McCready, with the use of a blackboard, still plotting the downfall of Sheffield United. Steve Wicks is the blonde-haired defender, with his back to you. Number 9 is Steve Finiston.
Butch, yeah, son, just a minute.
And he calls in his skipper, Ray Wilkins.
You sent it to these two there, like, and I'll fully chip into that big kid. If Jordan normally goes for it, if they're on the ball, you know, Stevie might make a run first, you understand? You take maybe a couple with you, because he'll be looking for you, you understand? So if you go first, like, you know, just delay it a bit, and Joe, you come in at the back of him.
We seem to get in there too early anyway, don't we?
Yeah, well, I think you saying we're getting there too early, but I think we're too far in there to start with.
Now the clock has moved on to 24 minutes to 3, 24 minutes to the kickoff. It's a good time for you to have come into the side, isn't it?
Yep, 6 games left, you know, but as long as we win today, get them 2 points.
Score a goal one of these days.
As he said, I'll score a goal one of these days.
Haven't got one yet, have you?
No, not yet. Due one. I hope it's today. Yeah, that's right.
Now the linesman comes in, of course, with 10 minutes or so to go to kick off to inspect the studs.
Thank you.
The Chelsea chairman, Brian Mears, is already there to send his good wishes there to all the players.
Thank you.
Talk with skipper Ray Wilkins again. But now it's the time for the last-minute reminders, the last-minute geeing up by manager Eddie McCready to his championship chasing side.
And particularly their offside. At times they come all the way up to the halfway line, lots of times. You've done a little bit during the week with Ron, so that means that the guys at the back, Johnny Sparrow, understand? Gary Locke, midfield people, get over there, you understand? As soon as they come out, I want an early ball in there, understand? If it's on, an early ball, we won't be running from deep. So it's important you three guys, Ian, Jock, Tommy Langley, get your bums out of there, you understand? As soon as they move bricks down and you see them up, get out there, don't be caught out, okay? And I want people running in there, understand? You will cash in a little bit in that. So I've got nothing else to say to you, except to go out and hold on. Relax, now relax, okay? Do your stuff, push it about, and you'll get a victory, okay?
All the best, folks, come on in, let's go, lads. Good luck. All the best, lads. All the best, fellas. All the very best, fellas. Let's go, get them. Come on. Let's go. Go on, Lang, as I finish it today.
Now let's take a team check. First of all, Chelsea, unchanged side, which means that Charlie Cook continues at 4, Tommy Langley at 11, fresh faces to give the side that final impetus in the promotion race. And the substitute is Clive Walker, a 19-year-old from Oxford. As for Sheffield United, a side going through a transitional period now without Alan Woodward at 7, but they include in their side Ian Hamilton, who used to play for Chelsea. Here's Tom Reynolds, the referee from Wiltshire, and now we wait for the start. And Sheffield United kick off in the red and white striped shirts and black shorts, attacking the goal to our left. Chelsea in their familiar all-blue strip. But here's Chico Hamilton straight away, but Gary Locke in quickly at the expense of a free kick to Sheffield United, a team that came down from the First Division last season, have settled in a mid-table position. In fact, he's given a corner. And Colin Franks, skipper for the day, former Watford player, up for this one. Deep corner, Divin Dreep there towards Finiston. And now it's with John Sparrow, all left foot. And a pass that comes straight through to the number 6, Tony Kenworthy. Calvert. Hanson on the far side. And here's Edwards. Nice little chip by him, and they were so close there. What a lovely run there, though. By Edwards rather, for Sheffield United, and Chelsea so lucky indeed not to concede a goal there. Tommy Langley. Franks had gone there shadowing him, but in the end it was the number 6 Kenworthy who got it away for Sheffield United. Tony Kenworthy in the England youth squad to play in the Little World Cup in Belgium in a month's time. Long throw there by Sparrow. Wicks is there with the back header. Well, it's a ploy Chelsea use often with John Sparrow in their side and Steve Wicks going up for those sort of set pieces. Sparrow's throws almost as good as free kicks. Jim Brown, their Scottish goalkeeper. He was first. Langley's backward header to little Ian Britain. Finiston had gone roaring through the middle, but the ball found Wilkins instead. A beautiful ball by him to Sparrow. And a good piece of decisive defence again by Colin Franks for Sheffield United. Wilkins. The former Fulham player John Cutbush. Went to Bramall Lane on loan and has now signed a contract with Sheffield United, a Fulham player of some standing for some years. Now here's Sparrow with another long throw. Slightly lower trajectory that time, and it went a long way, and it'll come to Finiston. There's a shot, but knocked down there. Chelsea claim a penalty. And again, it was the long throw, and it was Finiston's shot charged down. Here's Lewington. Played in again. Brown in trouble. My goodness, he completely misjudged that one. From Ray Lewington. A shot that had Brown puzzled. He was off his line a little too far, and in the end he had just to paw it away. Now Sparrow. Franks. Chelsea with one at home and one away after this. The away game at Wolverhampton and at home against Hull. Throw again by Sparrow. Here's Finiston, but he's beaten by Garner. But Garner might have half lost him, and it's come for Langley. But Garner repairing that damage, well, partially so. This time it's with Lewington. Wilkins turning it on for Lewington. Oh, and a great piece of goalkeeping. A brilliant move by Chelsea, really first division quality there. But a superb piece of keeping as Lewington went in by Jim Brown. So another corner for Chelsea. Curled in once more. And again, Brown looking more than a little suspect on those long curling corners. He's shaking his head as 2 or 3 he's had a go for, and 2 or 3 he just hasn't got to. Chelsea badly wanting an early goal to settle their nerves just a little bit. Wicks with the header. Oh, and they've got it! And what a goal it was by Langley! Well, that was a marvellous goal. The joy there of the young man and of the many thousands of fans there from Chelsea. Wicks winning that ball decisively in the air again, and he turned on it like a flash, did Langley. Past Brown into the back of the net. Chelsea 1, Sheffield United 0, 15 minutes gone. And Tommy Langley was telling us in the dressing room before the game that he hasn't scored yet, and he would love to do it today, has done just that. Harris beaten in the air. Lock. Minutes gone, Chelsea 1-0. Now Finiston whacking that ball in early again, and again Langley was on the end of it looking for something, but now it's with Lewington. Deflected into the goal. That's another one. Well, Jim Brown pulls the ball out of the net for the second time. Chelsea celebrate for the second time. And Ray Lewington hit that ball well, but it certainly deflected on the way. Beyond Jim Brown. Chelsea 2, Sheffield United 0, 22 minutes gone. Well, the people who don't normally get on the score sheet are getting on it now. We've already seen Tommy Langley score his first goal, and that's only the second of the season for Ray Lewington. Gary Locke now back to Bonetta. Well, great relief too, I would have thought, for everybody in the Chelsea camp, including Eddie McCready and Ron Stewart in the dark glasses at the back there, manager and assistant manager. Oh, Kenworth has put him in trouble. Langley's got it through, and it's just a yard wide. Well, they're a young side, Sheffield United, and they are under enormous pressure at the moment. A bad mistake by young Tony Kenworthy, still a youth.
and Langley was not much older, just nicked it over the goalkeeper's head, but it was a yard wide. Well, a bit of relief there for Brian Mears on the left, the Chelsea chairman, with the president of the Football League, Lord Westwood, on the right. Stainrod. Wilkins. Again, they want to time their runs well, and again, they've not quite done it, and Britain is caught offside again. No goal. All count. Flag beat them again. Edwards. Oh, good shot by him, and oh my goodness, Bonetti just saved that from Stainrod. And Chelsea can thank Bonetti there as the ball goes to the other end of the field. A beautiful piece of play though by young Keith Edwards, who scored 11 goals in the last 9 games, and you can see why. A good save by Bonetti, and a very brave one as Stainrod tried to put in the rebound. Finiston. Cannot get to that one before Kenworthy. Oh, it's a throw again to Chelsea. I wonder if they'll call Sparrow over. Yes, he's already beginning to move that way. But whether, yes, Gary Locke and Charlie Cook between them leaving it for Sparrow. Wicks has gone to the near post. Maybe that means it'll be a slightly lower trajectory than usual. There's the throw. Yes, it is a lower one. And it's gone a long way in there. And in the end, Frank still hasn't got it away. It's anybody's ball now. Now, Charlie Cook chipping it back again and knocked off the line. Well, that was a lovely piece of football there, and a lovely piece of thinking by Charlie Cook, lobbing that ball in there, and young Tony Kenworthy nodding it off the Sheffield United line. Now Britain. Kenworthy, couldn't risk the back pass because Finiston was in between him and the goalkeeper. Did the only sensible thing. Number 6 then, it's Kenworthy. The number 10 is Hampson, both teenagers in the Sheffield United side. Little chip in there by Britain. Cutbush getting it only as far as Britain. To Wilkins. Britain now on the far side. Played in nicely for Harris, of all people, who's come in there, and he very nearly found Tommy Langley. So here comes another Chelsea corner. Wicks, mighty jump. And that's not away yet. Harris is right in there. A backward header. Finished and fist away. And a behind in the end for the corner. Well, a tremendous leap there by Finiston. And Brown somehow got it away. And they put it behind before Chelsea could get in the game. But the whistle had gone, and it's a free kick. There's a bit of needle there, I think, between Locke and Hamilton. Garner. Edwards. Stainrod right in there, but Harris doing the job again there for Chelsea, right at the back. Wilkins. Oh, he said get after that one to Finiston, and look what Finiston's done. Straight into the arms of the goalkeeper, but what a move that, and what a pass that was by Wilkins, all of 45 yards. And Finiston showing aggression and great determination in his running, but he couldn't quite get a powerful enough shot in. Into injury time now at the end of the first half. Chelsea 2 up. And looking for another one. No, they won't get it before half-time as Tom Reynolds blows an half-time whistle. Eddie McCreasy goes back to the Chelsea dressing room that we saw before the start today. Chelsea 2 goals to the good. The first one, a beautiful shot there by Tommy Langley. How much he's matured in the last couple of years since he came into the side as a 16-year-old in the First Division. And the second one coming from Ray Lewington to put Chelsea very comfortably placed against this young Sheffield United side. It's got a lot of battling to do to get back into this game. Chelsea getting closer and closer to the First Division. And a lot more to come on the big match for you to enjoy this afternoon. A half-time score then at Stamford Bridge. Chelsea 2, Sheffield United 0. We'll be right back with that second half. Welcome back to Stamford Bridge. Chelsea now attacking the goal to our left, already 2 goals to the good. Sparrow's long ball towards Finiston, headed away by Franks. Here's Wilkins. Well, a victory today. If the other results at the top go Chelsea's way, that means involving Nottingham Forest and Notts County. And Chelsea could virtually be assured of a place in the First Division next season. Kenworthy. Sparrow. And now Wilkins. Britain made a great run down to the right, and look at Langley again. What a corner. Showed so much aggression there, and it's easy to see now why manager Eddie McCreasy felt that the inclusion of Tommy Langley a couple of weeks ago would give Chelsea that extra little bit of drive that they wanted towards the First Division. In fact, he's plotted very well. He's the changes he's made, bringing in Charlie Cook to calm things down and Tommy Langley to warm things up, has worked so well for Chelsea. Here's Wilkins. Now, what a shot that is! Oh, and a goal! Oh, my word, what a goal! Well, Wilkins has run the length of the field and he's kicked the ball to the other end of the field, because I don't think he can really believe that that ball hit the back of the net. And one thing is absolutely for sure, Jim Brown in the Sheffield United goal couldn't understand it. He just stood there absolutely bemused. A tremendous volley there by Ray Wilkins. And what about that for a shot? 3-0. Well, a remarkable goal and a great afternoon for Chelsea now. 3-0 to the good. Calvert with the shot. And a goal kick to Chelsea. Well, that's his 8th goal of the season, and I would venture to suggest that's the most spectacular. But he's been a tremendous influence on this Chelsea side this season. He's coaxed them towards the First Division right through this season. And if he'd only scored that a fortnight ago, he would have been a candidate for the Golden Goals. Cook. What a good ball! Langley right through. Is this number 4? No, it's not. Well, it might be yet as Wilkins lashes it in there. What a great ball by Cook. And Langley was onto it. It looked odds on him trying a shot there, but he thought he would try and get round Jim Brown. Brown charged it down, and Wilkins whacked it over. Nice back heel there for Cook. Britain. Wilkins. Oh, good ball by Wilkins. Here's Finiston. And some great goalkeeping again by Jim Brown. And he caught something way up in the face there, I would imagine. But certainly it was a lovely ball by Ray Wilkins that put Finiston through, and another very good save indeed by this Scottish international goalkeeper, Jim Brown. They pulled a lot of their back four forward then, did Sheffield United, but one of them stayed back, and there's Britton. Oh, and another good save. If Britton can get there again, he's knocked it back over his head. Oh, and Langley was right in there, getting mixed up with Finiston. And when, on 2 occasions, it seemed that Chelsea must get their 4th goal, on both occasions, Sheffield United escaped. First, a good save by Jim Brown from Ian Britton's header. And then an amazing mix-up there between Langley and Finiston. And no goal resulting. Lewington, Wilkins. And now Harris. Langley right in there, Finiston! That's 4! Jim Brown beaten at last again, and he's made some great saves. Finiston, who's been trying for all he's worth, at last has added number 23 to his list this season. And Tommy Langley a big part in that, giving Finiston the chance to nick in there and put it wide of Jim Brown to bring the score now to Chelsea 4, Sheffield United 0. And Finiston at the moment, well, when you're winning it doesn't hurt quite so much. And there's no chance of him going off. Well, it looks as though Chelsea are on their way to the First Division now. And you've got to admit that they're doing it in style. And the crowd are really rising to them. Financial worries will ease a little bit if they go into the First Division, and that would mean maybe a little more breathing space for Chairman Brian Mears on the left there. Eddie McCready down there at the mouth of the tunnel now. His job for the season is almost complete. Well, we're in injury time. Cutbush. And Britton taking it to the corner flag, surely not to waste time. He's given away a corner, in fact. Well, the whistle's gone. Chelsea have won. They've done their bit on the day. Now all they've got to do is to wait and to see what the results are elsewhere. Crowds onto the pitch to greet this young side that's been growing up and now looks as though it's growing into a First Division side. Some of the old hands like Ron Harris there, I would have thought a nice warm glow inside to know that they've seen the club back to where so many people believe they rightly belong. So there are scenes of joy while people wait to see what the results are elsewhere. And their goals from Langley, Lewington, Wilkins, a miraculous one, and Finiston. 4-0 for Chelsea.
Well played, lads. Well played, boys. Well played, chap.
Done it, chap.
Well done, fellas. Well, that was a magnificent performance.
Well done, chappies. Great win.
No special names. Tremendous team performance. I think very well will be a skipper of the day. And very well Butch.
Yeah. Well done, Butch.
Well done. Have a
Great chappies. Great game.
Yes, we are. Well done, Bill.
Well, that win yesterday means that at the most Chelsea need just 1 point from their 2 remaining games, which are at Wolves next week and then at home to Hull the following Saturday. Certainly they are attacking the end of this season with brilliant style, and indeed our thanks to Eddie McCready for allowing us into the football manager's holy of holies, the dressing room yesterday before the game, Mind you, after that win, he might want us back there regularly, I think. Well, our second match today takes us from the top of the second division to the bottom of the first, where it's been a long and relentless battle for Bristol City since they got back to the top division. Yesterday they went as the bottom club to Leeds United, clearly needing at least a point to keep them going. A return to Ellen Road of the old Leeds favourite, Norman Hunter. The match was covered by Yorkshire television commentator Martin Tyler. Bristol City are in the dark shirts.
Over and a deflection and giving Thomas a chance. And a second chance surely for Gwyn Thomas. And that's the way to start your Football League career. Only 9 minutes into his first full league game, and Gwyn Thomas opens his scoring account. And it was really the Leeds, Bristol City knocking it about with just a little bit too much confidence, giving Thomas the first chance. Shaw couldn't hold it, and Thomas was quick enough to follow up, and that's 1-0 to Leeds. Wonders if Joe Jordan might have had a word at half-time about the quality of the crosses of the balls being played into him. It's a better one this time, looking for McQueen, and Eddie Gray is there at the far post to make it 2-0. Well, no complaints about the ball from Tony Curry. McQueen beating Garland to it, and Eddie Gray looking for that sort of eventuality, just turning it across the line.
Well, of course, a bad blow for Bristol City, with West Ham having picked up a point at Middlesbrough on Friday, and both Sunderland and Derby County getting 2 points yesterday, and Spurs as well, of course. But now let's switch away from football and welcome Jeff Thompson. Brilliant Australian fast bowler, scourge of English batsmen, delighted to say also a football fan as well. But first of all, Jeff, the elbow. You're out of the current match with Surrey because of a bad elbow. Just how serious is that?
Oh, nothing really to worry about, Brian. It's similar to tennis elbow. I've just jarred it last week sometime. If I rested for this match, it'll be right. That's
and the shoulder now that caused a lot of people concern to go into that now is 100%.
Absolutely perfect, yeah, no worries at all.
So the English batsmen aren't going to be let off lightly this summer?
No, that's right. I even went to an English doctor the other day. He tried to break it, but it didn't work.
Let's talk about your liking of football. Where did that stem from in the first place?
Oh, well, I've always loved football. My father used to play a fair game. I've played football since I was 8. I used to play in Sydney grade when I was 17. And at school, we had a fairly good area for football, Bankstown in Sydney. It was just one of those games that, you know, I sort of played. Like cricket, it was a toss-up there, really, which way I'd go, and I picked cricket. I made a lot of money out of cricket. I don't think if I'd have stuck with football, I could have made the same amount.
What position did you play in football?
I was midfield, left half, really, number 6, but midfield.
Bit tigerish, were you?
Oh, yeah, I could run a fair bit and strong tackler and had a fair shot.
In fact, I gather there was a bit of a ban on you at one time, wasn't there? You were banned from playing.
Yeah, that's been lifted now, so I'm free to get back into it.
Yeah. Why was it? Can you tell us what it was for, Jeff?
Just got a bit fiery one match and got a bit carried away.
What about and clocked somebody or what?
Oh yeah.
Still, that ban's lifted now, so that's good news.
right.
Do you think you might go back and play again in Australia?
Well, at the moment, I'd love to, but it's just lack of time. Cricket now is pretty well full time. Back in Australia, it's changed a lot. But if I've got any chance at all, I'll definitely start up again.
Because they're getting it on the move there a bit now, aren't they, with this Phillips National League?
Yeah, that's right. I think it's it's going to do the world a good back home for soccer. Soccer's been in the doldrums now for a while. I think the players back home are up to standard. It's just a matter of really training and getting the proper coaches in on that and really promoting the game. That's what happened to cricket.
What are the sides over here that you admire and the players that you admire?
Well, I've always liked Manchester United, that is. I sort of follow most of the sides, but Manchester have always been my favourite.
You were telling me about a special shirt you've got.
Yeah, well, they came out to Sydney in '68, Australia, and our club, the club that I played for, then bought the full strip off them. We used to play with them then, the first grade side, and I sort of souvenired a couple of them. Bobby Charlton's and Dennis Law's and that. Not that I can play like them.
You also got a West Ham shirt.
Yeah, well, last time we were here, I got a West Ham shirt from a friend of mine that he's a Liverpool fan, actually. He's got me, he wants me to go out there with him. But I don't think I can. We've got a match on, I think, when clashes with that. But if I can, I will.
Yeah. It's difficult to equate just how good, obviously, a footballer you are, because we don't really know the standards in Australia. But you've seen English football. I mean, do you feel that even now you could maybe make the lower grades of professional football here?
Well, it's a hard thing to say. You know, I'd have to get back into the swing of things and that. You know, it'd be 5 years now since I've actually played. I don't think you ever forget it. It'd just be a matter of conditioning, and that I think I could play a fair game.
I'm sure of that. Are you looking forward to this season coming up now? It's going to be a bit of a slog for you without Dennis Lilly, I suppose, isn't it?
Well, it'll be hard for anyone without Dennis. I think any team in the world would miss him, but I think we can get there. We've got some players there that you guys over here haven't seen, and
such as?
Well, Pascoe and younger guys like that. I think they'll go really well in the side.
People often say he must hate batsmen.
Well, I think I just noticed when those guys, Chelsea, were running on the field, they're saying, come on, let's get out there and get them. You know, that's what you got to do. It's the same in cricket. I don't play a game to go out there and lose. Every game I play and I'm going to win. That's my attitude. May lose in the end. I never forget the first taste I had of defeat was when we played the West Indies in the World Cup final over here. That really got my back up. I couldn't wait to play them again.
Really?
In Australia, and we won 5-1. Not that, but I really think that's half the battle. Confidence within yourself. You've got to go out there and say, well, you know, we're going to beat you today.
Jeff, it's been a real pleasure having you on the big match today, just as we had Max Walker the last time the Australians were over here. You see the big match occasionally, of course, in Brisbane, do you?
Always watch it whenever I can. Tremendous.
Well, it's been tremendous having Jeff Thompson with us today. Jeff, thanks very much. I'd like to be able to wish you all the best for the summer, but I'm a lover of English cricket, and I really can't find it in my heart to do that. But I hope you have a successful time, I suppose.
Thank you, Ron.
Lovely. Thanks for coming in. Well, now, if Jeff will stay with us, I'm sure he's going to enjoy the next item as well, which is the second showing of our final 6 goals in the Golden Goals competition of 1977. We're coming up to your last chance to vote. Remember, you have to put the goals in a full order of merit, which is best, second best, third best, right down to 6th best, please, and each goal has got a letter. Remember, you have to put them all in an order of merit. So here we go then. Goal A, scored by Rodney Marsh for Fulham. This came in the match against Hereford.
For Fulham. Played inside for Marsh. Looking around, seeing who he can pick up. Decides to go one in. Oh my goodness, what a goal! Oh, what a tremendous goal by Marsh!
Goal B, this is won by Derek Hales, then of Charlton Athletic, and it came in the match against Hull at the Valley.
Colin Powell for Charlton. To Hales. A little touch for Hunt. Powell again. Long raking strike. Warman. Powell has continued his run. And Warman couldn't quite pick him up, but now he has. Well, he's gone past him. And he's got a good cross in. Oh, what a goal! Hales again!
Goal C, this is won by Paul Mariner for Ipswich Town, and it came in the First Division match at Portman Road against West Bromwich Albion.
Forward goes Mills. Giles takes it off him, but Walker's in there hard. Wymark and Mariner waiting for help. Mariner on his own. Oh, what a goal!
Goal D, this is won by Kenny Stroud of Swindon Town of the 3rd Division, and it came in a cup tie against First Division Everton at Swindon.
Moss. Sirrett's little flick. Stroud. What a good shot! Oh, what a tremendous goal! What a tremendous goal by Kenny Stroud!
Goal E, this is by Alan Taylor for West Ham United against Arsenal in their First Division game played at Highbury.
Taylor. Nice turn. The pass to Jennings. The touch for Brooking. Tulakowski has come up quickly on this side. Here he is. Lampard's gone up as well to join him. That's the ball aimed for Frank Lampard. Arm Armstrong shrugged off that ball by Lampard. Good cross! Oh, and a brilliant goal! A brilliant West Ham goal by Alan Taylor.
And last, goal F, scored by Ronnie Goodlass. This came against West Ham when Goodlass scored it for Everton at Upton Park.
Devonshire. Oh, he didn't quite clear Latchford. And now a good run now for Goodlass. Oh, when he's seen. Oh, and he's a goal! What brilliant thinking there by Ronnie Goodlass.
So that's the last chance that you get to see them. Remember, a full order of merit is what we want. Let's just recap on that order. Goal A, Rodney Marsh. Goal B, Derek Hales. Goal C, Paul Mariner. Goal D, Kenny Stroud. Goal E, Alan Taylor. And goal F, Ronnie Goodlass. Our final match today, and what a match it is. Liverpool against Ipswich at Anfield. Two teams who've been in contention all season and went into this last game lying first and third respectively. A crowd of 56,000 at Anfield. The match covered by Granada Television. Commentator Gerald Sinstadt. Liverpool are in the all-dark strip.
Here's Woods. It's a good one too. Clements was a bit exposed there. Met it well with his fists. Walk. A touch back heel. And a header which Clements is glad to turn onto the bar. But it was turned back in. A back heel from Roberts, a header from Mariner, and Clements was in a bit of trouble. Keegan. Mills following him out, and Talbot coming too. He's beaten one, but he couldn't beat the second, but he has got the corner. Once again, it's the Case Highway double act. Case 8, Highway 9. And the linesman saying, get on with it. Johnson jumped well then. And that's a header through from Neil for McDermott. Good save, and it's cleared by Mariner, but only as far as Case. Roberts got a toe to it. Woods under pressure from McDermott. And Woods still can't dribble his way up. McDermott's won it from him, and it's all terribly tight in that corner, and the decision is a goal kick. But Liverpool did well there. The nod through from Phil Neal made a clear opportunity for McDermott, and the shot was only half touched away by Cooper. McDermott finds Case. Mills reacts angrily when a free kick is given against him. One understands the tension and the frustrations of the players, but they don't help when they react like that, and their emotions are shown to the crowd. The header away by Roberts, but it's not firmly away. Smith is there, half blocked by Talbot. Highway now, and a foul on him by Mills. Allowed to go on. Case's shot is blocked by Burley. Cleared by Osborne, and Highway is down. He was fouled certainly by Mills, but maybe Mr. Willis, who was on the far side of the penalty area, was unsighted, but he's got to get a grip on this game. And that was a foul by Keegan on Cooper. They're now trying to attract the referee's attention to Highway. Ronnie Moran is on the field again. He's been on the field almost as much as anybody. And a stretcher is coming on now. And the linesman has come across to talk to Mr. Willis. That looks like the end of this game for Steve Highway. It's difficult to say how long there is to go. We are past 45 minutes since kickoff, but we've had more than 10 minutes in which the game has been held up. And David Fairclough will now join the game. And the referee still hasn't seen Fairclough. One might have expected him to be a little bit aware of the possibility of Liverpool wanting to bring on a substitute. And now he's acknowledged Fairclough, but has told him to wait. Well, he's come on, but I thought the referee motioned to him to stay off. Case. And now Fairclough. And the referee is going to stop the game, and I think he's going to tell Fairclough to go off. And he's going to book him. Well, that really is extraordinary. That really is an extraordinary decision. I really feel that the referee has shown a complete lack of awareness. Having seen Highway go off on a stretcher, surely Liverpool are entitled to expect that the referee will be looking around to see if a substitute is going to come on. Kennedy, Osborne, Walk, Hughes. Keegan turning away from Hunter. Fairclough on that favourite side of his. Coming in now for the left foot. And he hit the bar. It's come for Keegan. Couldn't take it in turn. But that's where Davy Fairclough is so often dangerous. On that side, at that end, he cuts in from the byline. He sets it up for the left foot. And there it went again. Boom. Burley now for Ipswich. Wymark. Stopped, but still the ball with Ipswich, but Smith is in again. And that's Tommy Smith at his best. Case wondered about a shot, the ball bobbled, he may still get a chance. Plays it across, Kennedy with a chance to shoot and score! I think there'll be a bit of a question mark about the goalkeeper's positioning, but Case seemed as though he was looking for the shot himself. He tried a couple of times, but when the angle wouldn't open for him, he played the cross, and Kennedy had time to control the ball and place the shot underneath Cooper and inside the far post. Keegan. And Johnson getting in before Hunter. Kennedy. Johnson again, with room now for a cross. Towards Keegan's head and meeting it. What a lovely goal! When Johnson took the second pass, he had time to measure the cross, and Keegan had found 2 yards space away from Mills, and he judged the header to perfection. Johnson making life difficult. Woods, been a real trier, Clive Woods. A lot of the time the Liverpool defence has not allowed him the space to play accurate crosses. It was another good example of how the defenders get so tight on the forwards these days. Hughes it was who got in the way of the cross. 5 minutes to go. Woods takes the corner. He's got away by Smith. Walk will try and turn it back. He does so well, and Hughes clears. And that looked like handball, penalty. Kennedy it was who handled it. Ball came across. I think he was worried that Clemens wouldn't get it, and I think he was probably correct. Reached up a hand, clawed it down. Clear penalty. They've lost the spot. Sandy mud there. They're all agreed about where it should be. I somehow suspect that the way John Walk hits the ball, an inch or two one way or the other, will not make much difference, even to a goalkeeper as good as Ray Clements. Precisely so.
Well, the Liverpool machine rolls on. They've nearly got to the end of the road now as we look at the top of the table. There they are. They've got a game in hand on Manchester City, who were beaten yesterday at Derby, of course, and 2 points to the good. Well, a great weekend for football. Good to have Jeff Thompson as our guest, of course. A weekend when Chelsea forced their way to within a point of the First Division. A weekend when young Tommy Langley hit the goal that he was talking to us in that dressing room before the game. And here it comes once more.
Chelsea win today. Get them 2 points. Score a goal one these days. As he said, I'll score a goal one of these days.
Haven't got one yet, have you?
No, not yet. Due one. I hope it's today.
Chelsea badly wanting an early goal to settle their nerves just a little bit. Wicks with the header. Oh, and they've got it! And what a goal it was by Langley!
A day when skipper Ray Wilkins hit the goal of a lifetime.
In fact, he's plotted very well. He's the changes he's made, bringing in Charlie Cook to calm things down and Tommy Langley to warm things up, has worked so well for Chelsea. Here's Wilkins. Now, what a shot that is! Oh, and a goal!